PAL laserdisc pressing, Star Trek II Rapicon. Interestingly, it's not too bad. It's fascinating. The opening sort of starts with a sort of a squeezed kind of scope. I should know this, but you know, it starts off in like a scope frame, but it's kind of squeezed and stretched like it would be on anamorphic 35mm, you know, until it's passed through a lens and it's converted. We'll just go back to the original setting, so 4x3 there. And so the you know, it's kind of stretched there vertically as it would be optically on 35mm. It is a little bit cropped. I think the framing there is also a little bit cropped on the left and right side. So I go back into the parameter setting, all direction. So I'll go back. So I'm just looking at the aspect ratio there. Okay, a bit of detail over there. Detail over there. Yeah, I'm cropping it off slightly by because the paramount, the circle was kind of appearing kind of a bit vertically stretched still. Let's just lower this setting down on the, there we go, just lower that down, otherwise it'll be a bit too much contrast. See, back into that setting. I'll go back to all zoom. So I've got to go to horizontal. So I'm stretching it out a little bit. So if I bring it in, just stretch it out just a little bit. Hang on, go back that way. Shift it over. My cat bear's in the way. Come there. Go that way. Come on, bear. He gets in the way of the infrared. Let's see. Usually be able to shift position. That's not shifting because there's nothing there to shift. But that's more or less there. It's more or less the framing there, but it's still a little bit optically stretched vertically. So I'll just sort of stretch it out a little bit proportionally. I think about there more or less. It's got some nice crackle sound in the optical soundtrack. It's probably been scanned from an optical soundtrack. Maybe magnetic, but it's all got that kind of, as well as I'm hearing slight artifacts of the analog track. Slight compression there. Yeah. goes through. It's through the opening, and then it'll go into pan and then it'll go into pan and scan. It'll zoom in. It'll zoom in and then go to pan and scan.
Captain's log. Stardate 8130.
And
Stardate
the circle there
8130
on there,
130.
it's a little bit stretched
Stardate
horizontally, so
8130.
I've got to
Captain's
go
log.
into
Stardate 8130.3. Starship Enterprise on training mission to Gamma Hydra, Section 14. Coordinates 22. 80. Captain's log. Captain's log. Stardate 8130.3. 8130.3. Starship Enterprise on training mission to Gamma Hydra, Section 14. Coordinates 2287-4. Approaching neutral zone. All systems normal and functioning.
It still looks, the proportion of it
functioning.
still looks okay, but it's just zoomed in, so you ain't going to see black bars top and bottom, because it's just zoomed right in on the scope image.
Course change.
You can see a lot of grain. I can see a lot of grain.
Neutral zone.
Aye, Captain.
I can see a lot of grain in the image.
Course change projected.
Captain, I'm getting something on the distress channel.
If I squint my eyes, I don't notice it much, the grain. But I can see grain structure. And the colour, oh wow, that's pretty good. Unlike that rubbish Blu-ray disc that came out years ago. And then they'll probably release the rubbish 4K, 8K disc, and it's going to have serious colour balance, near field mix.
Mr. Sulu, plot an intercept course.
You know, 16:9 TVs, they just ain't big enough, you know.
I'm aware of my responsibilities, Mr.
They just ain't big enough. Aspect ratio on the damn things doesn't even look right, because it looks, you know, sometimes it looks like looking at 70mm, not IMAX, Limax, but 70mm regular, and then you got the aspect ratio. It's going to be a little bit less for scope. It's going to be a little bit less height, vertical, and a little bit less, just a little bit on the width.
Battle station, activate shields.
Or the horizontal.
Inform the Klingons we are on a rescue
So
mission.
now I can just switch this over to 4:3.
Mr. Sulu, get us out of here.
I'll try, Captain.
Original. 4:3.
Evasive action. Engineering.
Pan and scan. Done it suck. Because you get black bars on the left and right side. Oh, the black bars is like a masking effect.
No power to the weapons, Captain.
Captain, it's no use. We're dead in space.
Yeah.
Activate escape pods. Send out the log buoy. All hands abandoned ship. Repeat. All hands abandoned ship.
All right, open her up.
Wait. All hands abandoned ship. Repeat. All hands abandoned ship.
All right, open her up. Right, open her up.
All hands abandoned ship.
All right, open her up.
That's better. Switch that goddamn Dolby DSU on. That's Dolby DSU. Hang on, I'll turn that back. That's Dolby DSU. That's Dolby Stereo. God. Dolby DSU sucks. Bloody Atmos DSU rubbish. Yeah, so that's the Wrath of Shaka Khan.
Trainees, to the briefing room.
Oh gosh.
Position, heel Lassa. Is that all?
So a little bit more.
Aren't you dead? I assume you're loitering around here to learn what efficiency rating I plan to give your cadets. I am understandably curious.
Meow. So he's a cat.
I'm understandably curious.